Nostradamus named the Zodiac Signs with powerful intuition. Do you think it is possible to feel danger before it happens? To see a lie, even when a person smiles? And to make the right decisions, relying not on logic, but on an inner voice? Nostradamus knew the answer. In one of his little-known prophecies, he pointed to those who have the most powerful intuition from birth, the signs of the zodiac that do not seek the truth, but feel it at first sight. These people seem to receive signals directly from an invisible source. Premonitions, signs, dreams. For them, this is not mysticism, but reality. Today we will analyze which of the signs has this invisible shield that can protect, direct, and predict the future. And if you feel that we are talking about you, do not be surprised. Stay until the end. Perhaps your sign is named among those to whom the truth is revealed before it becomes obvious. Subscribe to the channel if intuition is not an empty phrase for you, but a gift that is worth developing. And write in the comments, how often did your inner voice save you? We begin to reveal the list of those whom Nostradamus himself considered to be prophets of his sign. First sign, Leo. When Nostradamus pointed to Leo as a sign with deep, strong intuition, he did not mean emotional guesses or superficial premonitions. He spoke of an internal compass capable of accurately showing the way in any situation. Representatives of the Leo sign have a unique feature. Their intuition is built into their self-confidence. But unlike feigned bravado, here we are talking about precise internal navigation based not on logic, but on direct, inexplicable knowledge. Leo senses events before they begin. He can understand in advance whether it is worth trusting a person before he says a word. He does not catch the mood. He catches the essence of intentions. In negotiations, in communication, in choosing a path, he almost never makes mistakes. Because he does not analyze details, but relies on what is felt inside as iron confidence. And paradoxically, this confidence is not due to stubbornness, but to the precise work of his foresight. Leo's intuition works especially sharply in situations of risk and decisions. He does not need to think for long. He knows when it is time to act and rarely doubts. He senses in advance where the result will be and where the losses will be. It is this quality that makes representatives of this sign effective leaders and strategists. Their intuition for change amazes even those who consider themselves rational. Leo does not just guess, he has a premonition. Nostradamus spoke about signs whose intuition is not separated from the will. And Leo is just such an example. He does not just feel, he acts at a time when others are still in doubt. His internal mechanism reacts instantly, and this is what gives him an advantage. He does not waste time. He does not ask unnecessary questions. He does not consult with dozens of people. He takes a step where he feels strength and gets a result. Leo's intuitive perception is not associated with sensitivity. It is rather the ability to instantly assess the situation, to sense danger, to feel opportunities. He does not panic when something goes wrong, because he senses it in advance. He is able to change the plan at the last moment, because he sensed that something is wrong here. And this is what saves him from major failures. Leo is one of the few signs whose intuition works not only for themselves, but also for others. He feels when a friend is hiding a problem, when a partner doubts, when a subordinate is close to a breakdown. And it is at these moments that he can intervene in time, say, do, suggest. And not because he knows everything, but because he feels the essence of what is happening. This is how those who control not only themselves, but also the reality around them. Act. The second sign is Virgo. When Nostradamus in his secret notes noted Virgo as one of the most intuitive signs, he did not mean mystical sensitivity, but the utmost precision of internal scanning. Virgo's intuition is not emotions or a sixth sense in the usual sense. It is intellectual foresight, combined with endless attention to detail. Representatives of this sign notice what others do not even suspect. And it is from these imperceptible grains that they put together an accurate picture of the future. Virgo senses not through feelings, but through a system. She may not know why she feels this way, but she knows exactly when to stop, when to ask again, when someone is lying. She has an internal filter through which everything passes, and if there is an inconsistency in something, she immediately reads it. People think that this is logic, but in fact, it is intuition, reinforced by intelligence and cold control. Virgo's intuition is especially evident in complex, unstable situations. When others are lost in chaos, Virgo suddenly gains crystal clarity. Her intuitive structure allows her to determine, here is a hidden threat, and here is an opportunity. She sees weak points in systems, people, plans, not because she digs, but because she feels where the order is broken. And this feeling is more accurate than any forecast. Nostradamus mentioned that Virgo is the only sign whose intuition is combined with mental discipline. This gives her incredible accuracy in assessments. She does not rely on impressions, she feels the essence. And if she does not like something in a person or in a project, she will not explain, she will simply move away. And then it turns out that she did everything right, because her gift is not an impulse, but the constant work of an internal scanner. Virgo's intuition also manifests itself in the ability to anticipate the behavior of others. She is able to accurately determine how a person will act in a stressful situation, what they hide under politeness, where the weakness in the argumentation is. And the most interesting things that she does not use it demonstratively. Her actions are unnoticeable, but absolutely accurate. She can change the conversation, change the topic, take a step back, and thus prevent large-scale consequences. Virgo's foresight works like a built-in radar. She may not know all the factors, but an alarm signal or a signal of agreement arises inside her, and she acts, and most often, accurately and on time. This sign does not need approval to follow its inner feeling. It simply knows when it is time to leave, when you can take a risk, and when it is better to wait. This is not fear. This is clarity. Virgo is one of the few signs for whom intuition has become a professional tool. She draws conclusions faster than others because she feels the structure of what is happening. This is what makes her predictions accurate, her actions timely, her decisions practical. This is how the gift that Nostradamus spoke of works, knowledge that comes not from the mind, but from the depths. The third sign is Capricorn. The strongest intuitive shift begins in the representative of this sign when logic proves powerless. Capricorn is one of the few whose intuition is activated not by emotion, but by a cold, inner push. He can move forward even in complete silence, because he feels the rhythm of events before they happen. According to the ancient prophet, it is Capricorn who is able to foresee the consequences of any action, and his ability to see steps forward is comparable to a mathematical genius in the world of solutions. He does not look for signs around, he builds them inside. Capricorn's internal compass works without failures, especially in times of crisis. He feels the moment when he needs to retreat, change strategy, or, on the contrary, take a risk, even if everything suggests the opposite. And the most amazing thing is that his premonitions come true. This applies to business decisions, and the choice of environment, and the movement of money. His intuition is not inspiration, but a system. He analyzes unconsciously, passing it through an internal formula that surprisingly accurately determines where the truth is and where the trap is. When uncertainty appears in Capricorn's life, that's when his talent for foresight is revealed. He may not explain in words why he makes a particular decision, but he is always right. The words of other people are not able to lead him astray if a signal has already gone off inside. And this signal is not emotional. It is based on facts that Capricorn has not even had time to comprehend yet. His intuition is a powerful internal calculator that reads the course of events in advance. Even in communication with people, Capricorn instantly recognizes lies, pressure, or falsehood. He does not accuse, he simply takes a step aside. His premonition is rarely wrong when it comes to partnerships, proposals, contracts. He feels when it is worth saying no, even if a large sum is at stake. And this refusal often saves him from losses. His intuition works both in everyday life and in global decisions. Sometimes a glance or a single word is enough for Capricorn to understand what exactly the interlocutor has in mind. Nostradamus singled out this sign for its cold intuition, precise, calculating, stable. It does not panic, does not guess, does not succumb to emotional outbursts. Capricorn makes a choice, relying on an internal impulse, and almost always wins. Its sensitivity is activated not in chaos, but at the point where an ordinary person gets lost. Where others begin to rush about, it is already acting. This is an intuition that cannot be taught. This is an innate structure that can untangle any knot, sense danger, recognize an opportunity. Sometimes Capricorn feels that he is simply cautious or overly distrustful, but this is his strength. He senses a threat before it manifests itself. He catches the potential in an idea that no one has yet recognized. His mind is an ally of intuition, not an enemy. He does not suppress premonitions, he analyzes and strengthens them. This is why the prophets of the past considered Capricorn to be the strategist of the future. He is not looking for mysticism, but for solutions. His intuition is a powerful tool for choice and survival. And in any era, Capricorn will walk along the edge without stumbling, because he has already seen where each step will lead. The fourth sign of Pisces. Where logic is still being sought, Pisces have long known the result. Their intuition is not a feeling, not an assumption, but a confidence based on the experience of many internal observations. The representative of this sign catches subtle fluctuations in people's behavior, in information, in words. He cannot always explain why he acts this way and not otherwise, but it is his decisions that lead to an unexpectedly precise ending. Pisces live with a switched-on antenna of sensitivity, which constantly transmits signals. They only have to listen. Nostradamus saw Pisces as a sign capable of looking into the future through dreams, images, fleeting sensations. His prophecy referred specifically to this sign as the bearer of an innate perception of secret connections between events. Pisces can feel where the truth is and where the deception is before something tangible happens. They perceive space through internal vibrations that are not visible but are felt by the body. And this feeling is their navigator. Pisces' intuition is especially evident in communication. They don't need many words to understand what a person feels, what they are hiding, what they are afraid of. They read the state of their interlocutor faster than they themselves realize. They don't need confirmation. They have already understood everything. That is why many Pisces make silent but precise decisions: to leave, to trust, to continue, to refuse. They don't need to wait for proof. Premonition is more important to them than logic. Financial and life choices for Pisces are also often dictated by an inner feeling. They may not have all the data, but if they feel that the matter breathes with luck, they will go, and they will not be mistaken. Their strength is in the ability to combine inner sensitivity with actions. This is not passive intuition. Pisces act because they feel when the moment has come. They may not know why, but they know for sure, now. Nostradamus considered Pisces to be signs through which the future can break through to the present. Their heightened perception allows them to detect currents that others do not even notice. And the calmer it is around, the more accurately their impulses work. Pisces do not live by logic. They live by knowledge that comes from a deep level. This knowledge cannot be explained, but it can be used. And when they learn to trust it, they become guides between choice and result. Pisces' intuition is not a fantasy, but a skill. It works at the right moment, accurately, without failures. They will not prove that they are right. They will simply do the right thing. And after a while, those around them will understand that Pisces guessed again. But this is not guessing. This is their way of navigation. They do not argue with the world. They move in it along invisible but stable routes. And the further, the more accurate their path. The fifth sign is Sagittarius. Among the 12 signs that Nostradamus pointed out in his prophetic notes, Sagittarius was noted as having a special gift. This is not a mystical image, not an allegory, but a direct indication of a sign whose intuition works as an instrument of action. Sagittarius' intuition is not a feeling of anxiety or a premonition of emotions. It is the ability to calculate steps ahead, see turn after turn, and be in the right place before others. He does not peer into the future blindly. He moves there with inner confidence based on a precise system of internal landmarks. Representatives of this sign have clarity, which is activated not in silence, but in movement. Their intuition is activated at the moment of risk, choice, change. Unlike other signs that hesitate and look for confirmation, Sagittarius feels the moment when it is necessary to take a step. He does not wait for a signal from the outside. He himself becomes this signal. His decisions seem bold, but in fact they are extremely accurate, because they are made not on emotions, but on an internal impulse, honed by experience and a natural connection with the future. Nostradamus, mentioning the energy of Sagittarius, described it as a sign of rapid foresight. This was not a random comparison. Sagittarius's movement through life is a constant scanning of space. Where is the weak link? Where is the threat? And where is the hidden chance? His intuition works like a military radar. He feels not only the actions of people, but also the energy of the place, the prospects of the situation, the dynamics of change. Even if he says that he just feels, there is always an internal picture behind it, which he considers reliable without a single proof. The uniqueness of Sagittarius's intuition is also in the fact that it helps him choose people. He knows exactly who can be trusted, who will be a traitor, and who will be useless. He may keep silent about it, but he always draws conclusions. He does not need to collect a dossier. One glance is enough to feel the structure of the personality. This quality makes Sagittarius especially strong in areas where allies, risks, and strategic thinking are important. He knows how to filter out in advance what will not work and invest in where he will see a return. This sign's premonitions manifest themselves in clear impulses. Do not go, do not sign, do not start. And most often, these are the decisions that save from losses or defeats. Unlike those who suffer from indecision, Sagittarius does not ask himself the same question 100 times. He hears himself, and that is enough. His inner voice is a working tool, honed, not broken by fears and doubts. This allows him to overtake events, build precise routes, avoid dead ends, and always be one step ahead. This gift is especially enhanced during periods when others are lost. Where chaos begins, Sagittarius feels more confident. His intuition is sharpened at critical moments. He can instantly switch, abandon plans, replay everything, and win. Because he senses trends, changes, and hidden opportunities. This quality cannot be taught or copied. It is either there or not. For Sagittarius, it is built in from birth. According to the notes of Nostradamus, it is this sign that is able to capture what has not yet been manifested. He can be a person who has a premonition of laws, ideas, reforms, even if society is not ready yet. Sagittarius is a sign of the future, and his intuition serves this future. He does not just go where the light is, he himself becomes a source of forward movement. Therefore, those who are close to a representative of this sign often feel that they are entering another dimension of perception, more precise, strategic, verified. Sagittarius intuition is a tool that does not require heightened sensitivity. It is logical and effective. It is not about dreams, itches, and worries. It is about knowing the direction, the ability to choose the moment, and the ability to take risks. Therefore, according to Nostradamus, this sign is one of the few that is able to act, not according to circumstances, but according to inner knowledge, and to win where others did not even dare to start.